Luxury smelling fragrances. Now, this is a hard topic. It's hard to explain how does a fragrance smell luxury. Hi everyone, I'm Jamal from Scented Moments channel, where I help you to discover the amazing world of perfumery. So in this video I have here 11, because I have here 2 fragrances from the same brand that I want to talk about on this topic. So yes, technically I have here 11 fragrances that smell like luxury. Now this is a hard topic. What defines luxury in the perfume, and how can we perceive luxury while smelling a fragrance? Now, for me, there is 2 ways to see it and to perceive a fragrance has luxury. Now, this is highly subjective. Again, so is the entire fragrance theme. But yes, this one specifically is also highly subjective. For me, luxury smelling fragrances, there are 2 ways. So to see this, you have the opulence luxury and you have the quiet luxury. So for opulence luxury, for me, the way I perceive a fragrance that comes across as an opulence luxury type of perfume is a fragrance that exudes opulence, richness, complexity, warmth. So it's a fragrance that it's very rich in its ambers, in its ouds, spices, leather. So it's a very complex, bold, loud, but in a good way, not obnoxious type of way. And so this is the opulence part. In the quiet luxury side of things, so these fragrances typically are more fresh, floral, citrusy, bright, but effortless, very elegant, very sophisticated. So these are 2 types of luxury categories that I perceive in a perfume. With that being said, I have here again some fragrances that are designers, some fragrances are niche. I will not be ranking them because I think it will be very hard. So let's just first talk about designer fragrances, and then I will talk about the niche perfumes. So in terms of designer fragrances, this one is from the house of Tom Ford. Tom Ford has quite a few fragrances that come across as luxury smelling, not just because of the price tag. It's not the factor here. But yes, Tom Ford, especially in the private blend, they have still quite a few from the earlier years of Tom Ford that come across as luxury smelling. This one is one of them. It is Tobacco Oud. I don't know if this is discontinued or not, but I think that it's still available, especially in the online discounters, in the gray market. I think it's still readily available. Tobacco Oud, for me, it's one of the best from Tom Ford, and it exudes luxury, but it's opulence type of luxury. So you have the whiskey, the boozy accord here. You have the musk, this animalic musk, the amber, and the tobacco, of course. It's amazing. You also have a bit of oud. I mean, in the end, it's tobacco oud, but I perceive this more as in an amber, musky, furry, boozy tobacco scent. But it's, in the end, it's luxurious smelling fragrance. Yes, very opulent, big, bold type of fragrance, but it's that type of perfume that everyone should try at least once. Tobacco Oud by Tom Ford. The next fragrance, this is from the house of Cartier, and this one is Déclaration Parfum. Now this one is interesting because I definitely consider this to be like a luxurious type of smell, type of perfume, but it can be in both categories, in both quiet and opulence type of luxury. Because so the opulent side of things is because of the notes breakdown and how this fragrance smells like. It's spicy, it's rich, it's quite sexy in my opinion. So here you have cardamom, cumin, which is prominent and present in the Déclaration DNA. So you have these 2 spicy notes in here quite present, but then you have suede, and the suede here is to die for, like a slightly sweetish suede, a bit floral, I perceive a bit of an iris in here, although I think iris is not featured as an official note. A bit of iris and cedar wood. So it's woodsy, it's leatherish, and spicy. It's amazing. I absolutely love this fragrance. Very masculine, very elegant, and opulent. But opulent in terms of smell, but the performance, it's more quiet. It's more on the quiet side of things. It's not a fragrance that it will shout from your skin. It's not a fragrance that it will project, at least that much. It's a fragrance that it's more of a skin scent. It lasts, but it's not a fragrance that will fill a room. But in the end, it doesn't need to, because the fragrance itself, it's already complex enough. But yeah, so that's why I'm in between opulence with quiet, but in the end it's a very luxurious smelling fragrance and highly underrated in my opinion. Is Cartier Déclaration Parfum. The next fragrance from the house of Hermes, and this goes more in the quiet luxury side of things. This one is Hiris. I absolutely love this one. It's one of my favorite iris fragrances and very underrated in my opinion. From the house of Hermes. This was released already in 1999, created by Olivia Jacobetti. And this is a floral, slightly vanillic, more in the dry down type of perfume. So of course, like the name implies, you have iris. Iris is the most prominent note in here. It's that powdery, elegant, soft type of iris. It's not your very buttery, rough type of perfume. No, this goes more into a powdery and elegant, soft side of the iris, but is beautiful. It still has texture into it. It has also like a vegetal feeling to it because of the carrot seeds. It has some carrot seeds in here. Iris, neroli, rose, with some ambers, vanillas in the dry down. It's amazing. Actually, the performance, I mean the longevity, it's quite good on my skin. This actually lasts the entire day. I'm talking about 7 hours. But yes, it's a fragrance that it will not project. It's more of a skin scent, but it's so good, so crisp, so effortless, so elegant, so sophisticated. Is really a beautiful natural smelling type of iris, but again more in the floral side of things, not as like an earthy butchery type of iris. But still it's beautiful, beautiful perfume. Hiris by Hermes. The next fragrance, this is from House of Bvlgari, and this one is Bvlgari Men Black Orient. And this is a Parfum concentration. So I know that now Bvlgari just released still Bvlgari Men in Black Parfum. I still have yet to try it. I'm a huge fan of this line. I think this one is already discontinued. I don't know how hard it is to get this in the gray market, but I absolutely love this one, period. This is a opulence type of luxury. Here you have the rum, you have the cardamom, you have rose, leather, and oud, and it's so thick and rich and opulent. Oh, it's amazing. I absolutely love this one. Very underrated. Well, but there's a reason why this was discontinued. But yes, this is a very high quality fragrance, great longevity. It's a parfum overall, after all. But yes, in the end, this is an opulent type of scent, and this could easily be like in a upper line of Bvlgari. I don't recall the name of their exclusive line actually, but this could easily be in that line. This is that type of smell, that type of rich smell. Love this one. Incredibly sexy, incredibly masculine. Love it. It's again Bvlgari Men Black Orient. And the last designer fragrance that I have here, it's from the House of Chanel, from the Les Exclusives, and this is a very recent addition to my collection. Actually, I have to upload my fragrance haul. This one is one of my latest acquisitions actually, and I'm so happy to finally have this one in my collection. So this one is 31 Rue Cambon, the Eau de Parfum concentration. Yes, this is the type of fragrance that you wear when you go to the opera. period. It's that type of scent. So I think that says everything. So this is Iris. This is, in the end, it's a Chypre. So it's floral. You have the rose, you have Iris in here. You also have ylang ylang, but thankfully I do not get much ylang ylang. It's really one of my least favorite notes. And so I don't really get much ylang ylang in here. What I really get is spices, green, tons of galbanum in here, with iris, with rose, bit of neroli, patchouli, and it's beautiful. This is such a beautiful fragrance, luxury. Now, this as well can go in both ways, either in both like opulence and quiet, because this is in the end a very, I will not say very loud, but according to Chanel standards, especially in the Les Exclusives, which usually their perfumes are more fresh, floral, more sparkly, more effortless, so more in the quiet luxury side of things. Rue Cambon, it's in between. So it can be like quite luxury because, again, it's floral, it's fresh, it's green, but at the same time it could be also in the opulent side of things because it's still a very intense fragrance. So that's why for me I think this could really go in both ways, but I absolutely love this one. It's full of layers, so it starts off green, crisp, floral, fresh, but then as this develops, starts to be more full-bodied, like an earthy patchouli, like the green nuances start to be even more heavy and more intense, and I love this one to bits. It's Chanel 31 Rue Cambon Vieux de Parfum. So happy to finally have this one in my collection. Now onto the niche side of things. First fragrance here is from the house of Thomas de Monaco, and this one is Raw Gold. Now this is in the older bottle. Raw Gold now comes in a different style of bottle, and it's slightly reformulated. It doesn't smell exactly the same as this one, but it's very minor. So this one, this version specifically, this was released as a limited edition, and it sold out pretty quickly. So this is, I would consider to be like the best seller of Thomas de Monaco, and actually it was their first fragrance. And they really start with a bang. But yes, Raw Gold is basically liquor, so this boozy cognac type of accord with coffee, tobacco, leather, tons of leather in here with civet and dark chocolate. It's a gourmand tobacco animalic type of scent, so damn good, so addicting. And it's incredibly long lasting. This goes in the opulent side of luxury. Now, the new version of Raw Gold is less animalic. The animalic nuance, like the civet, is toned down, if not removed completely. And you still have the leathers, you still have the chocolate. I would say that the chocolate, like the gourmand qualities of the chocolate, is more a bit enhanced, and tobacco, and you still have the leather, you still have the coffee, the boozy nuance. It's just really the civet that it's out, but still I think it's still a fantastic scent. I think they still managed to make the new version smell like as close as possible as the original, so I'm happy for that. So that's why I'm mentioning Raw Gold here in this old version, because I really recommend you still to try the new one. And this is amazing, very complex, rich, intense type of perfume that I highly suggest you to try if you're looking for a luxury and unique smelling fragrance. Next fragrance is from House of Les Indemodables, and this one for me is the most expensive smelling rose, and it is Rose de Jamal. Man, I am in love with this fragrance. This is my favorite rose fragrance at this moment. Rose de Jamal smells literally like a fresh rose, like a fresh, vivid red rose. And a rose, the rose note in fragrance is very expensive. It's one of the most expensive notes in perfumery. So I think it makes total sense to feature like a rose-centered fragrance, and this is the best in my opinion, of course. So natural smelling, fresh red rose with mint, with geranium, bit of lavender, woods, a bit of cedar wood in here. It's beautiful, beautiful fragrance. And please check Les Indemodables. Overall, it's one of the best niche houses at the moment. The next fragrance, this is from House of Ramon Monegal from the Don't Touch My Oud collection, and this one is Alhambra Oud. This one right here, beautiful, beautiful bottle. I love this line. I have all of the ouds from Ramon Monegal. I love his ouds, to be honest, and I love oud, so I think that says a lot. But yes, Alhambra Oud. I'm featuring Alhambra Oud because I think of the four, this one is the one that it's, I will not say more luxury more luxury smelling, because in the end all of his ouds are natural smelling, very rich type of perfumes, very special type of perfumes, oud perfumes. But I'm just picking this one because this one out of all of them is the one that's more opulent, the most opulent of them all, because this one has oud and rose. So this is a oud rose fragrance. It's my favorite oud rose fragrance at the moment. It uses this jammy, delicious, addicting red rose with oud, natural smelling oud, a bit chocolatey, and it's a bit incensey, spicy. Oh, it's to die for. Really is to die for. Wow. If you are into rose oud fragrances, I know it's saturated. It's really like a saturated category in perfumery, but please do check this one out if you have yet to, and check the entire Don't Touch My Oud line from Ramon Monegal. Highly advise you to do so. And but yes, this one is the one that it's really opulent. It's intense, full-bodied oud rose and natural smelling at it. So I mean, it's just the best rose oud in my opinion. Alhambra Oud by Ramon Monegal. The next two fragrances that I have here, both from the same brand, Amouage, of course. And I needed to feature these two because, not only because they are from Amouage, but also because they are from the same line, let's say, but for man and for woman. I think it's just better to show you, and it will be easy for you to understand. So it is, of course, Jubilation 25 for men and Jubilation 25 for women, and this is the Extrait version, which is discontinued, hard to find, although you have the Eau de Parfum, which is still available out there, and it still smells amazing. I'm very fortunate to have the Extrait, which is of course a bit more rich and more intense, but you can go with the Eau de Parfum and it's still a luxury smelling type of fragrance. So these two are very different, but when we talk about luxury, we automatically need to talk about Jubilation 25 from Amouage. And so for men, it's one of their most, if not their most popular fragrance, and for me, I consider this to be the masterpiece of Bertrand Duchaufour. So this one, the Jubilation 25, it is a it's very intense in the blackberry. It's a very juicy, realistic blackberry, which is very present through the lifetime of the perfume. So you have the blackberry, you have frankincense, you have oud, you have benzoin, proponax, myrrh, vanilla. You have tons of notes in here, but in the end, the color of this smell is yellow/gold. If gold would have a smell, it would be, gold does have a smell, a metallic smell, but if it would have a perfume smell, it would be Jubilation 25 for men. Simply, this is fruity, juicy, resinous, very incensey. It's so good. It's really a godly perfume. Yes, it's Jubilation 25 for men. And sad to say that the Jubilation 40, it's a shadow of Jubilation 25. Unfortunately, it's really, I mean, it has something of Jubilation 25 more into the dry down. The openings I consider to be very different from Jubilation 25. I mean, it has blackcurrant and blackberry, very present, and incense. And I think it's very different. And then you have more into the dry down, you can more detect the Jubilation 25 DNA, but with the honey as well. But in the end, it's a shadow of Jubilation 25, the original, to be honest. It's not an intensified version of Jubilation 25. The performance even of Jubilation 40 is laughable. For me, it's mostly a skin scent, to be honest. So yes, I'm really not impressed. I'm actually disappointed with Jubilation 40. But yes, just go with Jubilation 25, the original. A lot of people at least say that it's watered down. It's a shadow of its former self. I don't know about that. I still did not try like the new version, but I know that this one, the version that I have, is beautiful. It's very long lasting, complex. So yes, I'm very happy to have this version specifically, but just try on your skin the newer version, because to me, to be honest, Jubilation 40, I think it doesn't really reflect what and how good Jubilation 25 is. And in the woman side of things, Jubilation 25 for women. So again, this is the Extrait. I mean, again, look at the color, this ambery color. Beautiful. And so this one is a Chypre, and this is for me my favorite Chypre, although I finally have Rue Cambon, but for me this is still a step above Rue Cambon, just because of the animalic nuances and just because of the frankincense that it's in here. So this is definitely your typical Chypre fragrance. You have the citruses, you have the oak moss, but this also has the frankincense. This has the animalic nuances again. It's a bit ambery as well. It has some amber qualities in here also. So again, this is very complex. This is very, very complex, and I absolutely love this. This is another type of fragrance that you wear to go to the opera. Actually, I wore this one to the opera. When I was in Milan, I went to Teatro alla Scala to watch an opera with my fiance, and this is the fragrance that I was wearing. It was Jubilation 25 for a woman in this Extrait version. So yes, this exudes luxury, and again in the opulent side of things, because also it's very intense and a bit loud, but not obnoxious type of perfume. And the last fragrance that I have here is from the house of Frederic Malle, and this one goes into the quiet luxury side of things, and this one is Bigarade Concentree, created by Jean-Claude Ellena. Also a recent acquisition to my collection, more or less a couple of months ago, to be more precise. And this one smells close to the now discontinued Terre d'Hermes Eau Très Fraîche, also created by Jean-Claude Ellena when he was the in-house perfumeur of Hermes. And that one was actually my favorite version of Terre d'Hermes, but well, it is what it is. But your Givre is not that bad. But so Bigarade Concentree, absolutely love this one. So this is bitter orange. It has the bitter orange. You have the cardamom and hay, tons of hay in here, and a bit of cedar wood. So this is, and it also has a bit of a salty quality in here, like a watery, salty quality, not being aquatic. Very weird to describe though. But definitely you have the hay, you have the bitter orange and the cardamom. And the cardamom for me, it's the most sensual, spicy note in perfumery, and you get also tons of cardamom in here. It's a fantastic scent, effortless, elegance type of scent. It's so good. It's refreshing, but it's complex at the same time. So damn sophisticated. Absolutely love this one. The Cologne Bigarade, it's also good, but I slightly do prefer Bigarade Concentree, and also performs a bit better than the Cologne Bigarade. Also that one created by Jean-Claude Ellena. But yes, absolutely love this one, Bigarade Concentree by Frederic Malle. Finishing this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me in the comments down below what fragrances you perceive as smelling luxury, and see you in the next video. Take care, guys.